G'day, and welcome back to Brian's Backyard. I'm Brian, and this is my backyard. So, still in winter, it's still pretty cool. Kids are out in the playground, which is great stuff, and the sun's sort of out. Today, we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to get some snow peas in the ground. We're going to get some potatoes in a bed, which we've got to clean up a little bit first. And we're going to do a little bit of pruning in the orchard. So let's go have a look at those snow peas. Hey, all right, so we're on to the next job here. I got my helper again. And we're going to get these little snow peas that I bought into the ground. So we've got some snow peas in the glass house, obviously getting ready for next season. But probably want a few during winter as well. Plus, it's just good fun planting stuff. All right, let's get cracking. So, first of all, got a bit of a cage up for them to climb up. That'll be great. And I'll put one of these little snail barriers. So I really like these. The mulch bunches up against them, protects the plants. The birds can't push the mulch on top of them. And I've left one out over here as a bit of a guinea pig. We'll see what happens. Now the other thing, obviously, is the sea sole. So give them a bit of a water. Yeah, really soak them in. I get that right into the roots. Yeah. Now, I love my hose watering can. They aren't the cheapest in the world, but Jesus, they last forever, and they are a truly amazing thing. Oh, we've just knocked over the cage, so we'll put a few tyres on that. I think we forgot to tie it up, didn't we, Paigey?
Yep.
All right.
Naughty.
All right. So some classic Melbourne weather. The sun came out. We got the peas in. And she's just turned dark again. So I'm going to quickly clean up this old bed. It just had some old pots and stuff in it as storage. It's got some good soil in it. And we'll try and get some potatoes in and get into that orchard. Hopefully the rain doesn't come. Okay, job's done, but I really want to get into the orchard. So let's go do that now and we'll come back to the taters later. All right, the weather's going all right for us, so I think we're going to be able to get some stuff done in the orchard. Now, just to my left here, we've got a Cox's Orange Pippin apple. It's a heritage apple. I got it from this great place in Tasmania. I'll put a link down below. It's about 8 years old, and we're just going to get stuck in and do a little bit of pruning. I'll flick the camera around so that you can see what I'm up to. So for me, being successful in pruning, it's all about the tools. So Felco number 10, nice and sharp, brand new blade. They're beautiful. They've got this twisty handle, great when you've got a lot of trees. Now there's a lot of wood in this thing. We're gonna have to cut a fair bit out, but what we wanna save is right here. So these little buds at the ends, and then down in here, all this spur wood. This is where we're gonna get the fruit. So anyway, let's give it a crack and see how we go. And there we have it. What a beauty. It's all thinned out. We've left a fair bit of fruiting wood on there. It'll get some good airflow this year. Kids love the apples off this tree, so that's a win. I'm gonna hit a few more trees and we'll fly through those. Hold up, one more job before we move on to another tree. Can be pretty lazy about this, but a little bit, a metho and a rag on your secateurs means you don't get disease as you move between trees. Top tip. So, old mate next door's next one up. Let's have a go. Now, this one's getting a bit too big for the spot. It's getting in the way with the nets and just pushing out and intruding on its neighbours. So, I'm going to give it a bit of a cut with this saw. This is ARS brand. It's a really good one. I love it. My grandma gave it to me. So I'll just get in here. It's just in the right spot. Leave some good fruiting wood. Cut on an angle. I've had some trees get a bit of disease, and I reckon it's because I've cut straight. Water's pulled up in it. And always cut on the second side, I find, just so you don't tear there we go, tear the bark off, pulling it out. Beautiful. And actually, we're going to give this one another one. This tree is going to have some great years ahead of it, but next year, you know, it'll be bouncing back for some pretty serious pruning. There we go. And done. Old mate's looking great. Nice and clear in the centre. I love that vase shape. All right, the next two are easy ones. Little apples. These two fellas won't take much effort. And then over there, a big crab apple. That'll take a few cuts. Okay, and they're done. Just a light little haircut for those guys. This bloke trimmed down to fit within the frame and make sure there's nothing pointing out either side. And I think we've been lucky with the weather. Let's get back to those potatoes and get them in the ground. There you go. So that's all done. Now I've gone and grabbed the potato bank out of the house. Now, Let's just get in here so you can have a look at this. Now, I've only grown potatoes once before. These are little kiflers, and they've been in there for about 3 months. Now, I'm not sure if this is good or bad. They're soft, they're a bit yellowy. We'll wax them in, we'll see what happens. I think I've got some big ones in there that I ordered online, some Pontiacs as well. They don't probably have little shoots on them, so we'll wax some of them in too and see how we go. Who knows? Let's see what we've got in here. Oh, we've got a few of them, so I reckon whack a few in. What's the worst that can happen, eh? They might just compost the soil for me. Dig that a bit deeper. In you go, mate. Yeah, now we can mound this bed up if it proves necessary because it's got a bit of height left in it. But again, I don't claim to be any sort of expert on potatoes. Look, these guys are pretty little. I'm not sure they're a good play, and I want to put some of the big ones over the other side. So let's probably whack those ones in the compost, eh? Okay, here's some of those big ones I grabbed. Now, I can see a little eye, yeah? So I suppose that's a go. Apparently you can cut them in half. Never tried that, and I think I'm just going to stick him in, see what happens. Get him in nice and deep. In you go, mate. Eye pointing up. Let's see, any of these got eyes as well? This one's got a little one. Hey, there we go. All right, 2 of those sounds like a plan. If they're a success, well, we'll whack some more in. If they're not, we'll probably whack some more in as well and have another crack. Grouse. Hey, so thanks for joining me for the second episode of Brian's Backyard. Didn't think we'd get through it, to be honest, with the weather going on and off. But look, had a good day. Got a few tools to clean up, so I'm going to enjoy an ale. Please like and subscribe, and stick with us on this journey. I hope you're getting something out of it. I'm certainly enjoying it. All right, see you later. Hey, one last thing. How great's a beautiful sunset?